Hey y'all! Today I want to go over my manicure procedure for you guys. This is going to be part 3 of my nail rehab series where I am basically bringing my nails back to life after some trauma at nail school. But this can also be used for, I know a lot of you have been wearing acrylics, especially those of you in the States, and have a lot of burn to your nail plate from those electric drills. So if you're wanting to get off the acrylics and start taking care of your own nails, I recommend going back and looking at the other 2 parts of my nail rehab series and continuing on with this series as I bring my nails back to life. Today we're going to focus on basically the basic aspects of a manicure. So I have been soaking my hands in, or my fingernails in some warm water. To that water I have added a couple of drops of a conditioning cuticle oil. This particular one that I'm using came in the Novels and Nails box from Cork Polish with Dorian Gray. It's called Original Sin. It smells so good, but any conditioning cuticle oil will work. I just add a couple of drops of that to the warm water before I put my hands in, soak for about 5 minutes. So now that I have soaked those off, let me get this bowl out of the way and dry off with, I just have a paper towel, but you know, whatever. All right. So now what I want to do is start pushing back the cuticle and getting rid of excess cuticle. So let me go over a couple of the tools that I will be using for that. This particular tool is it's called a double-ended tool. Although it may be under different names, but this particular one has a rounded end and a square end. If you can't get one of these, you might be able to find something like this, which is, this is called a doe foot applicator. This particular one is double-ended. It also has a wedge end as well to help scrape up some of that excess cuticle. I'm also going to talk about cuticle nippers. And the cuticle remover that I like right now is the Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover. It works really fast, it's pretty affordable, and it's pretty easy to find it just about anywhere. Additionally, we are going to go into nail files, and I will show you those when we get to it. Alright, so let's start off with the cuticle remover. Now that I've soaked my hands, all that skin is nice and soft. So I'm going to basically work one nail at a time. Oh, just to update. So I showed you guys last week that I had a crack in this nail and I told you I had repaired it. So let me show you where that repair is. It's basically right on the edge of my free edge. So I have that patched right now with some oily nail rescue. So that's in there. The rest of my nails are doing all right. This one, I mean, obviously this one's still really thin. It's going to continue to be really thin until I can grow it out to the point where I can file off the thin bit. I had a little bit of peeling over here, but I think that's just more because I've been messing with my nails so much. Other than that, everybody is everybody's fairly strong considering. Obviously there's some thinning to the nail plates on those, but that's not going to grow back. The only thing that I can hope for on that is to strengthen it enough to last until I can grow it out and clip it off. Alright, so one nail at a time on this because it is an instant cuticle remover. I am going to apply this around the edge of the cuticle, just like that. And then we're going to wait 15 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I've got that down into the spots where it needs to go. Alright, and now, just with this doe foot, I'm going to start pushing back my cuticle a little bit. And I'm being fairly firm with it, but I'm not, I mean, you know, don't hurt yourself. That would be silly. wipe off the excess product. Now if I was doing this with my metal tool, same kind of process. You're just kind of pushing back very gently. And you'll already see, especially if you've been doing the Dury Rejuvicoat, you'll notice a lot of excess nail coming up just almost immediately if you start using Dury. For some reason that makes my cuticle grow like crazy. Alright, so now with the square end of this, working in small circles, I'm just trying to lift up. You can see it all coming up. It's kind of gross. Okay, oops. All right. Just want to make sure that I'm getting up all that excess goop. I don't want any of that on my nail. Then when I'm done with that, obviously ideally would be to wash your hands, but what I'm going to do is actually just spray it. I have a cotton pad and I'm going to spray it with some alcohol. So, taking that cotton pad, now I'm just going to remove the excess product. I don't want that sitting there soaking into my skin because it could cause some irritation. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to go ahead and kind of push it up against the cuticle so I make sure that I'm getting not only all of the product, but also possibly taking away any of the excess cuticle that I'd left behind. Alright. Anyway, you can see right here that I have a little bit just of loose skin. Ordinarily, people would say not to, don't cut your cuticles. That's not actually cuticle. That is dead skin. So all I'm going to do is come in very gently with my nippers, get right up underneath it, and lift it away. And now that all looks fairly neat. Oh, I should mention before I soaked, I did remove all of my polish with nail polish remover, but I figured that was, I don't know. I need more coffee. So, now we've got our cuticle removed. We have pulled off any excess. We've got everything looking just about right. You'll see this particular nail has a big ridge that grows through it. It's just something that's there, always has been. Sometimes I'll try to pull up the loose keratin that's in there, but that just makes the ridge deeper. So if you're wondering what that is, that's what it is. All right. Now let's move on to, so once you've done that, obviously you're going to repeat that on all of your nails. I advise, again, work one at a time because this is the instant cuticle remover. If you were using a slow one, you could probably do them all at one time, but this one works really fast and I don't want to risk overexposing myself because, you know, that's bad. All right, let's move on to filing. What I use for filing is actually the Leighton Denny crystal file. I like this one a lot. It has a lifetime warranty on it because it is crystal. When you're looking for a file, one thing that you want to really look for is there's different ones out there. There are the cheap ones that you can find, which are mostly going to be made of glass. That's what I have here. This is an El Cheapo, found it in a gift shop, I think. you know, I think I paid, you know, £1 or $1 or something for it. It's made of glass, and the way that you can tell is if you look, after you use it a few times, you'll notice that the grit actually starts disappearing. Here, let me wet that down and you can see it really, really clearly. Basically, you'll see the grit starts coming off of it. That's how you know that this is a glass file and not a crystal one. Crystal one, that grit won't wear away that way. Once that grit starts coming off, this file is pretty much useless. I mean, I keep it around because, you know, if I have an emergency, I still have the stuff up near here that's still good, but, you know, it's practically useless for the purposes that I need it for. So, go ahead, spend a little bit more money, invest in a good crystal file. They are washable. They don't wear out if you have a good one. This one, like I said, has a lifetime warranty. There are other ones on the market that are available. The nice thing about crystal files and why they're preferred is because they're much gentler on your nail than your traditional emery board. Everybody's familiar with this. Everybody's mom used these back in the 70s. You know, everybody's grandmother had at least one of these hanging around in her purse. This might as well be sanding paper. And in fact, it is. It's sandpaper. These are very, very harsh on your nails. They will leave ragged edges. The other option, of course, for most of us is the good old metal file. This one is a Revlon one that I've had for ages. You can see it's going brown at the handle. Anyway, that's also very, very harsh on your nails, and what basically happens is it leaves tiny tears right along the free edge. So when you use a crystal one, it's a much finer grit, and it will leave that much, much smoother. So let me show you my filing. So what I do, this is if you want a squared or a squoval nail. You can actually, with these, you can go back and forth. Obviously, people advise that you only do one direction, and I don't mean the band. Very slowly, just kind of shape your nail. And then I come around down the side, and I round it off so that I don't have a tip. Now, if my nails were a little bit longer, this would be a little bit more obvious what I'm doing. Because they were so short, they got really, really rounded off, so I'm sporting a little bit more squoval than I normally wear. And of course, if you're doing almond or round or stiletto or anything like that, then the motion with that would be one side at a time, pull it down and around. Okay. Then, once you've got that done, you can also file down the free edge. Okay. Wipe off any of the dust. Once that's done, then you can come back in with your cuticle oil. And massage that in. And when I'm massaging, I'm just really trying to pay attention to getting it up against that cuticle, getting that cuticle good and moisturized. Because if your cuticles stay moisturized, that's going to decrease the likelihood of hangnails. And there we go. All done. I'm going to go ahead and repeat that process for you one more time. So again, coming in with my instant cuticle remover, I'm going to squeeze out. Okay, go ahead and push back my cuticle. Okay, removing the excess, small circles, just lifting up the actual cuticle from the eponychium, barely scraping it off the skin. You can see it right there. Comes up really nice and easy. Make sure you get the sides. Again, that's where hangnails form. Up and away. Remove the excess product. You can see just a little bit there. If you can see that right there. Hang on, I'm going to do this off camera so I can get it up against my face. Okay, that did actually scrape right off once I could focus on it and actually see it under my face. Have to get the right angle on it. Okay, so now shaping that nail. Squaring off the tip. Coming down the sides. I need a better camera setup. This is ridiculous. And then down the free edge. Okay. Wipe off the dust. If you've got anything underneath the free edge, you can just kind of, wipe it out. Come in with my cuticle oil. Just brush that around the side and massage it in. And there's that one finished. Okay, so basically I would then continue all 5 nails, all 10 nails, I guess, technically. Continue all 10 nails the same way. Obviously, you'll probably want to work one hand at a time because otherwise it'll dry out. But follow those steps, and I recommend doing this once every couple weeks, depending on how much cuticle growth you get. Like I said, using the Dury Rejuvicoat, which I mentioned in my last post, not only does that help the nail grow, it also makes the cuticles grow like crazy. So you may find yourself needing to do it once a week. The more that you do it, though, the easier it is to stay on top of. The first time you do it, you may find a whole lot of gunk coming up off your nail. But each subsequent time that you do it after that, you should find less and less of it coming up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment down below. And if you want to stay up to date on the progress of my nail growth, then please be sure to tune into my blog. And I will have all the appropriate links below. I also post on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and Tumblr. So you can follow any of those links. They'll be in my profile, or I will have the links posted down below. Look forward to hearing from you guys. Sorry, it's been a while since I did my last video. I will try to get more up to date with that and stay on top of that a little bit better. It's just been kind of a crazy month, or 3 months, as the case may be. In any event, hope you guys are all having a fantastic weekend, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Much love. Bye-bye.